I would like to formally invite you to this conference this morning. We are honored to be joined by Dr. John Dow Jr. Formerly, as most of you know, he was the president and managing director for the Africa region, and now he's the chief of region and program operation. Who he's been kind enough to join us live this morning, very early in where he's located, to share some words of wisdom in how we conduct business in Special Olympics. Dr. Da, you're most welcome, and please proceed and address us.
Thank you, Charles. I am so impressed with this leadership conference that's being delivered virtually. I mean, it is like putting an elephant in a glass factory when you have me on to speak to the group, utilizing technology. I have been informed that this is that I should speak slowly, and I'll try. And I just want to tell you that if I am speaking too fast, don't hesitate to let me know, interrupt. And I'd like to thank Charles and his great team for giving me this wonderful opportunity to come home again and speak with my colleagues and friends, though I don't know a lot of people personally. There's been such turnover and new additions, but I've heard so many good things about so many of you, and I feel like I do know you. I want to say before I start, Nasha and Clement, who are two of my bosses, they're on the SOI board, and they represent your region quite well. I would like to make sure that I highlight their great leadership and make sure that you are aware of their positions and how they influence and assist in supporting the Africa region as well as the entire movement. Charles told me I had only 10 minutes, and he told me later that you're to do the keynote. So I said, well, I thought I was doing the welcome. He said, no, you're doing the keynote. So I quick looked up the term keynote in Webster's dictionary. Musically, it means the lowest basic note of a scale. I've never taken a music lesson at all on any kind of an instrument. So I go to the next definition, which says keynote is basic idea. And utilizing that definition, what is the basic idea that I have for this conference? And I'll tell you unequivocally, the basic idea that I have for this conference is thank you and congratulations. Thank you to the program leaders and region staff for supporting our athletes and families during these difficult times. Thank all of you for your creativity in keeping our athletes and families involved remotely. Engaging them in some of the more creative ways as a result of this pandemic. Thanks to all of the chairpersons, CEOs, and coaches in our programs and volunteers for extending yourselves during this difficult time to keep our athletes engaged. Congratulations and thanks to our athletes on the regional input council. This is one of the great achievements of the Africa region, engaging our athletes in meaningful dialogue and meaningful planning to provide the best opportunities for them and their families. Welcome and congratulations to the new programs that were created in 2019. Africa added the most significant number of new programs as a result of the World Games in Abu Dhabi. And I'd like to welcome all of you and urge you to be sure and seek advice from our other program leaders that have been in this movement for a while. You will learn a lot, and welcome on behalf of all of the families and athletes that you represent. I'd like to thank the entire region, all of the program leaders, all of our athlete leaders, all of our volunteers and coaches for the outstanding job that you've done during this pandemic. But the pandemic is not over. The pandemic is raging, and it is still taking its toll throughout the world. I suspect that the census will show probably a loss of 40%, and in some instances, 50% of athletes from programs. We must bring them back. We must bring them back as we come out of this pandemic. I know that there's been some discussion regarding the safety of vaccinations, but I must urge each of you and urge you to create opportunities for our athletes to have an opportunity to get vaccinated if they so desire. I would like to take this opportunity to encourage everyone, program leaders and athletes. When the opportunity is there, please get vaccinated, please. This pandemic is a raging, destructive situation, biologically, economically, and no one really knows the impact that it will have on us if we do not get vaccinated and just decide to ride out an infection. Many say that the damage to the lungs and the heart and other vital organs could be damaged beyond repair in a few years, and we just don't know. So I encourage everyone, please, if you have an opportunity, when you have an opportunity, please, please get vaccinated. I'm proud to say that the Africa region has emerged as one of the best regions in our movement. And that is because of you, program leaders, athlete leaders, coaches, volunteers, the hard work that you put in, the commitment that you put in, You must get all of the credit for the outstanding work that has taken place in the Africa region. This pandemic has taken over 5 million lives, has destroyed millions of businesses, has shattered economies throughout the world. But we are still standing. We're bloodied, but not bowed. But the next few years will be the true test of our greatness. The next few years will determine how good we are, how committed we are, how passionate we are as we come through and out of this pandemic. The movement, because of this pandemic, has been forced to develop creativities that we never knew we had. The creativeness of you outstanding leaders and athletes, staying engaged, creating opportunities to stay connected, has been outstanding. This movement will move in a new direction. We will move toward digital and remote initiatives more so than ever before. And digital and digitization will play a major role in the future of this great movement. Who will emerge as being successful? How will we be successful? What does it take as a result of such a staggering blow as this pandemic has brought throughout the world? What will it take? It will take compassion. It will take people who are tough. It will take people who will roll up their sleeves and recommit to our athletes, to our movement. We must develop new ways and new strategies for fundraising. We must be more committed than ever to unified initiatives. We must plan better than ever on behalf of our athletes and their families. Who will be successful? Those who are committed to making sure that we rise out of these ashes of this pandemic. Those who are committed and rededicating themselves to the athletes and their families. I must remind all of us that tough times don't last. Tough people do. And God didn't bring us this far in Africa to leave us. I must remind all of you that God did not shower success on those who are the brightest and the richest and have the most wealth. God showered success on those who had the greatest will not to fail. And that does not cost anything but commitment. And so we've been hit in the mouth by this pandemic. Our heads are blooded, but we are not bowed. We have taken a few steps back, but we must now rise out of the ashes of this pandemic and regain the spirit, regain the commitment, regain and find our athletes who may have dropped out or who may have gotten lost. I was so committed, I was so impressed when Joe put forth those who passed on that we knew so well. But we need you, Naomi. We need you, Ansela. We need you, Nasha and Clement. We need you, Misan. We need you, Ngawa. Ross, we need you more than ever. We need you, Brightfield. We need you and your athlete leaders. We need you, Raja. Although you and Misan have moved off the RLC, we need you more than ever. We need you, Mash. We need you, Jimmy. We need you, Tanya, Susan, Marie. We need you. We need you more than ever. Rami, we need you to communicate, to carry our message more than ever. We need you, Charles, to rise up and lead even better, if that's possible. We need you because we've been hit in the mouth, and we need to show the world that tough people last, not tough times. And so I look forward to watching you closely. I probably won't be around for your complete resurgence, but I feel good that the legacy that is left in Africa is an outstanding one of outstanding leadership. I would put the leaders, I would put you folks against any region in our movement. You have done so much with so little, and you have built the respect of everyone throughout this movement to want to come to Africa and do business. I'm very proud of the fact that I've had a small, teeny weeny part in helping to build this great legacy that we are now enjoying. We must rebuild. We must not allow this pandemic to beat us. It'll be tough, it'll be difficult. But Susan, we need you to rise and help us find better ways to raise money. Charles, we need you and your great team, your great staff, more than ever, to find out what the needs are in our programs, and I commit to you that we would do everything that we can to help find the resources to rebuild in Africa and throughout our movement. Thank you for giving me this wonderful opportunity. I hope I did not go over my time limit. And Charles, I hope that, I don't know if it's possible with all this technology, but I sure would like to hang around and be in and out of your conference if I can. I wish you all a wonderful 3 days. And I would say this, I look forward to the time when we can have a face-to-face leadership conference, because it is important that we get back together and learn again face-to-face. Thank you, and may God bless you.